Good afternoon, everybody. Shavua Tov, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by LotL of the Land. I'm your host, Iranian Marks, and I bring you the top stories from Israel every Monday to Thursday, right here either on Facebook or on our YouTube channel at the Israel Brief. And if you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. We love welcoming new members to our growing community. And we've missed you guys. It was a long weekend last week because of the Jewish festival of Shavuot, but we're back and it will be a full week of reporting. Now, as we do every day, we start off the top stories with the latest COVID-19 stats in Israel and how we are holding. And Israel, over the last couple of days, has seen an uptick in the amount of infections from COVID-19. This has largely been found in several schools across the country, and one of the reasons, as was reported yesterday by the Hebrew press, was that a teacher who knew that he tested positive and is rumored to be a super spreader went to school in Jerusalem and reportedly infected 100 teachers and pupils. Also, schools in Hadera and Beersheba have also been shuttered as rumors of perhaps one or two cases of COVID-19 there. Now, the government did discuss over the weekend whether or not to close all the schools all over the country. However, it was found that they will continue with their process of isolating, tracking, locking down so the rest of the country can carry on as normal. The Prime Minister warned in his address to the nation on Saturday night that it is absolutely imperative that we all continue to adhere to the rules of social distancing, wearing masks and keeping with hygiene, and that the pandemic is not behind us. Earlier today, Health Minister Yuli Edelstein announced that Israel will be significantly increasing the amount of testing we are conducting, including testing people who are asymptomatic. So let's look at the current stats as they stand. Since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have had a total of 17,106 confirmed cases. Out of that, 1,995 people are infected, 33 of them seriously, 30 of them still on ventilators. We have had 285 fatalities and 14,826 people have made full recoveries. In other news, we have been speaking quite a bit about the cyber war that seems to be brewing between Israel and the Iranians. And several weeks ago, it was reported that the Iranians were perhaps responsible for a cyber attack that was foiled on the Israeli water system. Now, an unnamed official has said that the intentions of the cyber attack was to poison as many Israelis as possible by increasing the amount of chlorine in the water. And this unnamed official went on to say that this could have opened up an unpredictable kind of risk. It was also alleged by some that Israel's cyber attack on the port in Iran was perhaps retribution for this cyber attack. And Israel's National Cyber Directorate, as well as the army and others who work in the security establishment, are working 24/7 in order to keep Israelis safe. And I just want to take a moment on behalf of LotL of the Land and the Israel Brief to add our voices of condemnation to the appalling and the outrageous murder of George Floyd in the United States. It has absolutely dismayed us, and it has absolutely broken our hearts that a human being should have been treated with this kind of absolute abuse. It was watching a lynching, it was watching somebody lose their life right in front of our very eyes, with absolutely no thought, no consciousness from the officer who was the perpetrator and those who stood by and did nothing. And this has opened up or exposed the need to open up a very, very important conversation on racism, bigotry and discrimination. And Lay of the Land and the Israel Brief, our commitment to you is that we stand in solidarity with our black brothers and sisters around the world. We will not tolerate bigotry, discrimination, persecution of any kind. And we join you in peaceful protests across the world, wherever you may be. However, one thing that we do have to highlight, and that is the hijacking and the exploitation of organizations like BDS USA, who have used the death of George Floyd to push forward their agenda of anti-Israel and anti-Semitic racism. You do not fight racism by propagating racism. You do not fight racism by destroying the property of Jews and holy sites. You do not fight racism by destroying the property of churches or any other minority group. And June starts Pride Month around the world, and it is our commitment to ensure that we give equality, we give equal coverage, we give balanced coverage, and we do not allow for bigotry against any minority group here on Lay of the Land and the Israel Brief. In the meantime, if you are looking for something to read, please don't forget to check out our content online at www.layoftheland.online. You can read Stephen Schulman's article stating that Jaffa is in Israel. Why has he said this? Well, read the article and find out for yourself. You can also check out our content online at our Facebook page at LotL site. Check out our profile picture. It looks a little something like that. While you're there, give us a like and give us a follow. Either or, it's all good for us. And don't forget to share our content. And as mentioned at the beginning of the show, we do have a YouTube channel, and we would love for you to subscribe. It just helps us get Israel's story out to more people. So check us out at the Israel Brief on YouTube. Click on the subscribe button. I'm Iranian Marks, and I'm wishing you all a safe, a healthy, and a peaceful rest of your day. This is the Israel Brief. We'll chat again tomorrow.